Liquor companies spend a ton of time and money designing their bottles to be eye-catching and stand out on the shelf. But a lot of them don't really take into account the functionality and ease of use for bartenders. Some of the biggest examples of these are whiskey bottles. Crown Royal was released in 1939 to honor the visit of King George VI and Queen Elizabeth as the first reigning monarch. It was packaged in these purple bags to make it seem more regal and was only available in Canada until 1964 when they started to export it. Once you get it out of the box and the bag, you still have to get through the plastic that holds on the crown-shaped lid. The crown-shaped bottle itself does not lend itself towards easy pouring or an easy grab out of the speed well on a busy night. If you ever come across a Crown bottle and want to know when it's from, just flip it over and look on the bottom right. The 2-digit number tells you the year that it was made. The origin of the word whiskey comes from Gaelic and Celtic words, including ishkabaha, which literally translates to water of life, fuishka, and uskabe. Bourbon has to be at least 51% corn, and one of the most recognizable bottles is the Maker's Mark with the whole-ass candle on the top. It came out in the late 1950s from Bill Samuels, a fourth-generation distiller. It was his wife Margie's idea for the individually hand-dipped wax tops on each of these, with red not being a popular color, taking from the wax-dipped cognac bottles that were popular at the time. While you've never probably really paid attention to the logo itself, the S stands for Samuels and the IV is the Roman numeral 4, as he was a fourth-generation distiller. The star is for Star Hill Farms in Loretto, Kentucky, where it's distilled. The circle has 3 notches, and those stand for 3 times when alcohol sales were prohibited, which includes the Civil War, World War I, and Prohibition. While the wax is eye-catching and lets you know the bottle hasn't been tampered with, try breaking off one of these tabs without getting it off in a busy Saturday night, and you'll know exactly why it's not bartender-friendly. Only American and Irish whiskeys spell whiskey with an E. Angel's Envy is a play on words that the small amount of alcohol lost during evaporation due to the distillation and aging process is known as the Angel's Share. They said whatever was left was Angel's Envy, and the bottle denotes that, shaped like angel's wings with angel's wings printed in the back. Now, the bottle is not necessarily that hard to grip, but the short neck does not make it easy to use, and it's not designed to go into a speed well. The cork is intentionally misleading with the 10 out of 10 because it was supposed to be originally released in October of 2010, but they ended up pushing it back for 6 months because they didn't think it was ready yet, and they said anything this good deserves perfection. Angel's Envy is only aged in white oak barrels, but the people at Angel's Envy care about the environment. Every September, during National Bourbon Heritage Month, if you post a picture of yourself with Angel's Envy and hashtag Toast the Trees, they plant a white oak tree to promote sustainability. Jack Daniel's Single Barrel was released in 1997, and it said that less than 0.05% of their whiskey was deemed quality enough to go into this decanter-style bottle. Now, while this bottle is extremely heavy, it is aged about 5.5 to 6 years, or about 18 to 24 months longer than the original Jack Daniel's No. 7. This bottle is definitely not designed to fit into any well, and it's heavy and hard to use to pour. So tell me, which ones did I miss? And which whiskey or bourbon bottle do you hate opening or pouring the most?